Hey, welcome to Finding My True Love channel. I'm Taquan. This should be, well, I did this video before, but it still should be either video number 22 or 23. And this is day 41 of me finding my true love. This car is not my car. I'm just sitting in it doing this video. Anyway, so there is something better than sex. Now, I know most of you, first I want to say that I'm a virgin, but that doesn't discredit or unqualify me from speaking on this. If you're listening to this and you're like, this guy, he's out of his mind, he doesn't know what he's talking about, he doesn't know what he's missing out on, I'll put it this way: you're still living in what I call the human experience. Humans were created trifold: soul, spirit, flesh. But most people are still living in the human experience and just catering to the flesh. They're in the physical, the physicality. This whole world is physical, and most people are still indulged in they're only experiencing the flesh, the senses, on that level, and they have yet to awaken to the full capacity of being a being, not just a human, but the being part of the human being in life, the full potential of your entire being. So sex is just, first of all, sex, in the act of sex, a hormone is released. I think it's called oxytocin, which is responsible for the feeling of that high you get during sex, the feeling of admiration for the partner, closeness, clinginess, and the overall pleasure, satisfaction, like with the orgasm as well. That feeling is because of the release of the hormone called oxytocin. And so sex, it's just a sensation. It's just a stimulation. It's just based off of an impulse or input, how fast or how hard or how much can be given, and it's only based on that. Without that, it's being stimulated. If there's no stimulation, then there's no experience. So it's limited. It's only based on the human body, mostly. You can try to be passionate or romantic all you want, but it's based on the nerves, the secretions, whatever your body, just based off of that. And it's limited. It's just like, even with an orgasm, it's very ironic that the height of sex, the highest point, is really the lowest point, is when it all stops. Orgasm is just, the climax is just an end. It just comes to an end. It's just a moment, and that's it. So at your highest point, you're at your weakest, your lowest. And it's just conditional. It's just conditional. And it's based on the body. But my true love, the true love, it's deep. It's like if you shake up a soda can or a soda bottle, your whole being is like invigorated, vibrating, and it's deep. It lasts. Like, if you're not having sex, you can't experience the orgasm or the satisfaction of sex. But if I'm not with my true love, which I'm not right now, I'm searching for my true love, but yet I can still feel, well, it's not a feeling as well. It's a connection, and it's a fulfillment. I can still experience love even though I don't have my true love right now. And in my soul, my spirit, it's deep. I can I know my soul and my spirit. I can experience that aspect of me and not just the flesh, not just a vessel. So I put it this way. Most people, like if you're listening to this, sex is like, for an example, when you're a child, right? For a child, the best thing is for them to be tickled. That's like the greatest feeling. If they're getting tickled, they're just and then and they say again, and they get tickled, and that's the best thing for them. Now let me ask you a question. When was the last time you asked someone to tickle you? When was the last time you thought about being tickled? That you wanted to be tickled? So you've elevated from that. You've matured, advanced from that stage. And for a child, let's say they're tickled at first and then they step up to the next level. They like going to amusement parks. They like that feeling, that experience. But let's say in school, then you got the kids. They're literally little kids. They like being tickled. Then you go up to higher grades. Now they start talking about girls and those things. So it's levels. And as far as true love, the everlasting true love, the full potential of love, the real love, you have to graduate to that. The real orgasm would be graduating into the awakening of what true love is. And that's like the true graduation. Love is spiritual. So you have to make a choice between, do you want the physical or the spiritual? Most people think, oh man, I'm missing out because the physical feels good. No, that's just because you're in that level, you're in that class. Like if I were to tell a kid, like if you talk to a child and tell them about sex, what sex is, wow, there's something called sex and it's better and this, that. Even when kids ask, where does a baby come from, they don't understand it, blah, 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 blah. Now if you tell them, they wouldn't get it. They would still think that being tickled is the best thing because that's the level that they're on. Now the whole world, almost the whole world, they're still on the physical flesh sensation level. They're not on the spiritual, higher vibration, higher frequency, higher ascension, awakening, full being, your spiritual side. They haven't awakened to that part. And you can experience true love, and it's a greater experience than sex. It's a deep love, a deep experience. Now, like, if you're being tickled, that makes you happy, makes you laugh, but as you've grown up, you found there's actual things called joy, and a deeper happiness, a deeper comedy than just being tickled. You get what I'm saying? It's higher levels. So the highest level is awakening to true love, and it is greater than sex. It's hard for me to tell you right now because, for one, this is limitless love. Love has no limits, no boundaries. It is not limited to sex. You can love through so many things. Love is actually, you do certain things for other people as unconditional, certain gestures and other things for people to show them how much you love them. Now, because this love, this true love is limitless, there is no words to explain it. For sex, we have terms, terminology, words, and things we can relate to in this physical world to explain sex and the feeling and stuff. But true love, my true love, I literally can't find words for the experience of how, and I've yet to find my true love. And I can't, it's hard for me to put to words how great this is and even what it actually is. But I can tell you that there is something better than sex. You just probably think otherwise because you've yet to see and you've yet to experience and go to that level. So, yeah, there is something better than sex. True love, there's nothing like it. And I'll put it this way. a God, a creator, if he can create sex and orgasm and those things for humans, he is not limited to that. He's limitless. He's immeasurable. He can create something or have something, a love or joy, so amazing, so inexpressible that it's beyond this realm. He can create something greater than sex. He's limitless. And there is something greater than sex. It's true love and it's spiritual. So, yeah. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, share, comment, and stay tuned.